it's Lisa McKay, and this week I'm doing a request that was emailed to me on how to make parsnip soup. And I guess there's a few factors that are different in this and the way that we make it so that it's paleo friendly. Number one, there's no flour added to it to make it thick. So a lot of times when people make like a cream-based soup, which this one is, not using real cream but using something different, they'll add flour as a thickener or cornstarch. But what we do always is use our vegetables as thickener, right? Because that way we're getting the most nutrition that we possibly can. Because getting our nutrition from vegetables and that sort of thing, rather than refined white flour is, I mean, that's kind of like a no-brainer, right? So I chose to use a few different things that maybe we wouldn't do every day, kind of like cooking in our kitchen, so that I can show you how to use these ingredients. So one of them is apple. Okay, that's nothing crazy. But then I also have sweet potatoes, and then I have parsnips. So parsnips look similar to a carrot, and when you peel it, I'm going to peel it for you here. It's got really nice white exterior, and the flavors are kind of like a combination of celery and carrot. So it's a little bit, it's aromatic and not quite as carroty, if I can say that. And then our sweet potatoes, you can find in the grocery store. So they're different than your regular orange sweet potato that we're all kind of used to. This one here has a purple exterior, but it also has a white interior. So quite often in my meals, I'll use this guy to replace white potato. Because a lot of people, I think, miss potatoes in their meals. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing really wrong with a white potato. However, I will say that this is more nutritionally dense than a regular white potato, and the purple skin here also speaks to more antioxidants that are naturally present in the potato. Okay, so I peeled that. So what you have to make this soup, super easy: onions, our sweet potatoes, our parsnip, and our apple. You saute that all in a saucepan, and then the herbs that I used are some good old sage, because it's almost Thanksgiving. You can probably tell because I have my mascot on the side here, my little turkey. And then dried thyme. So these are dried, and these are really good spices to add at the beginning of your sauteing and the beginning of your simmering process. So because they're dried, they're gonna slowly release the flavors into the vegetables that you're cooking, okay? Use water, use vegetable stock, whatever you want. I added some salt and pepper, and then I processed it in a food processor. And then you get this really nice creamy soup. I'm gonna move this out of the way. And then I talked about adding cream to it, but what I'm gonna use is some coconut milk. And then just add it after your soup is pureed. I try to avoid boiling the the coconut milk, because sometimes it separates and it kind of looks a little bit yucky. But this kind of lightens the color of the soup. I'm kind of making a mess on me. And then I'm going to take my bowl, ladle it in. There, perfect. And then I'm going to finish it off with my fresh herb, and that is flat leaf parsley. So I've spoken about flat leaf parsley before, and I like to use it because it naturally elevates the flavors of the food. So in addition to, like, instead of using so much salt, add the parsley, add a little bit of a citrus or something like that, because it will naturally bring out the flavors of the apple, of the sweet potato, of the parsnip, and it's so lovely. It's so simple. You can throw it on the stove, finish it off, bring your family over for a holiday dinner, and I swear that nobody will even notice that there's no flour thickener in it, that there's no 35% cream in it. It just tastes nice and smooth and velvety. And because you've added that cream to it, that coconut milk to it, it helps our bodies absorb the sweet potato a little bit better. So the starchy component works really well with a little bit of fat added to it, and that's a really good fat to consume. So I hope that's helpful for you. I'll put the recipe on our newsletter when I send this out. And if you have any questions at all, email me at lisam.training@gmail.com, and then I can answer through video for you. Okay, thanks.